Dodge Challenger RT Plus 2013. Just got this baby a couple weeks ago. Drop the standard Challenger badge in the front. Modification number 1. Got the standard 20-inch aluminum clad wheels. Love the color scheme with the hash stripe hood defender. Yep, that's by the airport. Traded an SXT Plus I had bought just 2 months ago. It was actually a really nice car, black on black. It had the Super Track package with the upgraded suspension, and had the Sinister Sports Group packaging, so it had the 20-inch black glossy wheels, which were typically you can only get them on the RT Blacktop series. And I made the mistake, if you can call it that, of was at the dealership for something, and I decided to test drive out an RT 6-speed because I've been driving a stick for nearly 20 years, and here I am finally, you know, with some horsepower, and you know, driving an automatic, even with the auto stick, didn't just quite cut it. So I took it for a test drive, and it was all over. So 2 days later, I was in another dealership looking at this one right here, and here we go. See here, this modification here is pretty obvious. Tail lights, stock, typically they run all the way across. Doesn't really look, I don't know, there's the one thing about the Challenger I didn't think they did very well was the back. It was just kind of big and lots of lights and lots of bumper. So I have here the Daytona tail light overlays, and I added a couple little features here. Of course, the Challenger classic script logo in the center there, and then also some basic chrome trim, both going around the whole taillight console there, and individually with the each of the taillights, which just really, I think, gives it really a nice touch. The other modification, which you're going to hear in a minute, is actually the first thing I did, which was to lose the resonators. No resonators. Mufflers are up front. Drop the suitcases in the back. And boy, she rumbles. Sounds a lot like my dad's old GTO. He had a 68 Goat. Growing up, loved the car. Great memories. And you know, solid appreciation for muscle cars back then. And this baby sounds sounds a lot like it. Alright. So here we've got, this is the Plus, so it's got the leather and what have you. Of course, 6-speed. Start up, let you hear this Hemi. Depending on what kind of speakers you're hearing this on, will determine what you can actually hear here. A lot of low end. So right now I think this car sounds like it should. Kid seats in the back. They don't seem to mind the new car. In fact, I have a little 3-year-old boy, and he, every opportunity he can, he tries to jump in the driver's seat of this thing. Alright, let's take it for a little ride. Not sure what you can hear with this camera or whatever speakers you're listening to this on, but in here it sounds awesome. That muffler modification made so much difference. Yeah, you know, when I took the test drive, when I tried out the Hemi, you know, for the first time, it was like I was riding a bull. I mean, it was such a night and day difference between, you know, from the SXT, which again was a really nice car. I thought that the SXT Plus was a really nice car, and you know, it was loaded and had a lot of the cool options on it. But you know, man, driving a stick, I mean, I just can't see how you can drive a car like this without it being a stick. That's just me. I know the automatics are great, the auto stick's cool, but you know, I really needed something. So, all right, how many cars are gonna come by? So after that, man, it was all over. Like 2 days later, literally, I was in another dealership. All right, we're gonna go up a hill. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I got cops. There are cops all over this place, so I just gotta be careful. So yeah, man, I mean, that was kind of like what my what you just saw there was kind of like what my test drive was like, because the salesman was like, he took me to this little commercial, like this utility road, like ran alongside a highway, and he was like, all right, man, just open it up, I want you. So I did, and I was like, whoa. I mean, you know, compared to the, you know, the 6-cylinder, I mean, this thing just blew it away. And I know there are lots of other faster cars out there, but of course, you know, I mean, the Mustangs and the Camaros and all that, I mean, you know, it goes without saying, but this is plenty for me, man. I mean, the torque at 4,000 RPM on this, like, it just throws you right into the back of your seat, man. Hear that Hemi, man?
I'm like a kid all over again. Yeah, when you hit the torque on this, my neighbor, you hit like, you know, right around 4,000 RPM, you just feel it just throw you right back, you know. And I wasn't even really fully gunning it there, man, because I've been seeing cops all over the place here today for some reason. Not here in my development, but just around. So, just being a little cautious here. But when you really open it up, man, I mean, you feel it, man, you feel it. So there was really no going back. After I did that test drive, I said, I'm gonna, by the end of the month, I'm trading my car in, and I'm getting a 6-speed Hemi. That's just it. There's no other option. So that's what I did. I had some drone in the car when I first did the exhaust, and again, all I did with the exhaust was I dropped the resonators, which are the suitcases in the back. And by the way, anyone thinking about doing that, the muffler people are going to tell you that you're crazy. They're going to tell you, no, it's the mufflers that are back by the bumper. No, for some reason, Dodge made it look like the resonators look like the mufflers. Actually, it's vice versa. The things in the very back of the car are the resonators. So I cut those, replaced them with straight pipe. And when I first picked it up, it was great because the muffler guy, you know, after arguing with me a little bit about what was the resonator and what was the muffler, you know, he went out, did the job, and you know, when he pulled the car up, you know, he got out, and it was funny because, you know, he was a little skeptical. I don't know what it's going to sound like, and he got out of the car and he's like, man, that thing sounds awesome. He goes, I'm going to have the same thing done to my Camaro this weekend. And I was like, yeah, cool. And he was like, no, seriously, I'm doing the same exact thing to my car because it sounded awesome. And he's standing behind the back of the car. I was like a kid in a candy shop. You know, it just sounded to me so awesome. Just hearing that low rumble. Then I got in the car and I heard the drone right around 2,000 RPMs, especially for some reason in third gear. When you hit third gear around 2,000 RPMs, man, it got really loud in the car. And there was a part of me thinking that I made a mistake for a minute. It was like, man, on the outside of the car, it sounds great. On the inside of the car, I got a problem here because I could just picture my 2 and 3 year old kids in the back seat and my wife next to me, all three of them crying about the noise. I mean, literally, it was really loud. So I had gotten this stuff called Reflectix and had lined the trunk. I got the tip off of ChallengerTalk.com, which there are a bunch of really great people on that site. A lot of people who know a lot about cars, a lot more than I do, that's for sure. And I heard the tip, and I tried it out, and it's like $20 for a roll. You know, big roll of it. And I did. I pulled out the carpet. I did the wheel wells all behind the carpet. And I pulled out the spare tire. I did underneath the tire, doubled up on that. And then I did the section right behind the back headrest and back seats where the speakers are. I did that, you know, from inside the trunk underneath that. I did like 3 or 4 layers of this Reflectix stuff. And I used the 3M mounting tape to keep it all in place. And then a little bit of duct tape where you can't really see. And most of it's covered by carpet. You can't see any of it, really. Most of it. And it made a big difference. I'd say probably, you know, inside the car, probably like a 40% difference.
Everything's all covered up. Nice and clean. It's only 2 weeks old. We get some branding up here, I think.